She is going to give me 3 things to add into a story, and I'm going to make up a story on the spot, and I don't know what those 3 things are.
Stories that pop. Stories that pop.
All right, are you ready, Laura? What 3 things do you want me to add into a story?
Magical crew of fairies.
A magical crew of fairies. That's one. What's second?
Griffin.
The brother Griffin, or how about the animal Griffin?
The animal.
The magical animal Griffin. Okay.
And one more.
And one more.
It is a magical garden.
A magical garden. All right, so I have to do a magical crew of fairies, a magical griffin, the animal, and a magical garden. All right, here we go.
Magical.
Everything magical. Here we go. When most people think about magical fairies, they think about all the butterfly wings as they flutter to and fro, and they think about the pixie dust that sprinkles down off of their little toes as they fly around with their little bitty wings. Oh, they're so wonderful, so cute. But what most people forget is that fairies also do a lot of amazing other things. There are some magical crews of fairies that build up massively tall buildings or create amazing vehicles. This particular one that I want to tell you about today was in charge of the world's most precious, most special garden. In this garden, they would infuse everything with their magic. The magic was so amazing that it would cause the flowers to grow to impossible heights and always just follow the sunlight and the moonlight too, as it sprinkled its light down onto the garden. In this garden, there was a beautiful large pond that was infused with all of the magic from the fairies that would cause the fish to swim as fast as you could possibly go. And when they would jump up out of the water, but behind their tails, it would leave a little trail of sparkling rainbow water. It was a sight to see. It was absolutely glorious. It was so peaceful in this garden. Oh, if you were to go sit down in this specific garden, you would immediately feel so much peace and be at so much rest that you'd go to sleep right away. Everybody loved this garden. The fairies loved working in this garden. Oh, they had such a great time until one day, off in the distance, they heard a sound that went, what is that? They looked up at the sky and up at the clouds and they didn't see anything at all. What is that? What's causing that sound? And all of a sudden, a giant beast came from above the clouds and cast a deep, dark, wide shadow across the entire garden, and the fairies screamed, because that's how fairies scream, don't you know? They said, and the beast landed with a thud and caused all the fairies in the ground to shake. Oh, they looked up at this beast. This beast had the body and the paws of a giant lion and the tail of a lion, but the wings of an eagle and the head and the beak of an eagle. Ooh, they screamed again. Scream with me. Ah! They said. One specific fairy who was very, very nervous and very, very scared, she went up to this beast. She said, "Hi, my name's Laura. What's your name? I mean, what even are you?" "I'm a griffin." "What do you want with us?" "Well, I'm here to eat you." "No, you don't want to eat us." "Yes, I do want. No, you don't want. Yes, I do want to eat you. I'm going to start with you. I'm going to eat you right now." "No, please don't eat me. I have an idea." "I'm listening." "What if I gave you some of our food from our magical garden and it filled you up to the point that you were never ever hungry again and it made you as strong as you could possibly be?" "Ooh, I'm intrigued. All right, I'll give it a shot, but if I don't like the food and if it doesn't do what you say it's going to do, I'm still gonna eat you up." "Okay, that's fair, that's okay." and she went to the garden. She gathered up giant heads of lettuce and carrots and beets and radishes and green beans and all sorts of delicious vegetables and made a big old salad. She gave it to the Griffin, who gobbled it up. And all the food was going this way and that way and that way, and getting all stuck inside his eagle head feathers and the lion's mane around his neck too. It was a horrible, horrible sight. What did you think? Oh, I'm very, very full now. You were not lying about that. I don't know if I'll ever be hungry again, but I don't feel strong yet. Oh, well, you need to wash it down with some of our water. Yes, you need to wash it down. Okay. The fairy Alara went over to the pond and gathered up a big old cup full of the water from the pond. Gave it to the Griffin. He swallowed it all. Water was dripping down off of his face. Oh, that's good. And as the magical water went through his body and all the vegetables went through his body, he started to shine like the sun and grew brighter and brighter and brighter and started feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. He said, I just ate all this food. How did I feel so light and happy? I've never been this happy before. And he got up and he started doing a little dance. Dancing around. Oh, I feel pretty good. You don't feel like eating this? Oh no, I would never eat you. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I like this. I need some more of that. Oh, if you stay here and help protect our garden, you can have all the vegetables and magical water that you could want to drink, and it'll make you strong and healthy forever. Oh, I think that's a great idea. There's no reason to eat you now. I have found a new home. Your name's Alara? I'm Griffin. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, it's so nice to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you for coming and becoming our protector. And from that day on, the Griffin protected the magical garden and protected that special magical crew of fairies. And they all lived happily ever after. All right, Alara, I made up the story for you using those 3 items. What did you think? Pretty good story? Do you think the people at home can make up a story too? All right, that's your challenge. Make up a story using a magical crew of fairies, a griffin, and a magical garden. Record it or write it down and send it to me to my post office box here in Kansas City, Missouri.
Magical fairies.
That would be awesome. All right, guys, if you like this, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. And remember, always keep on popping.